Hey, what's up, baseball fans? This is the DFS 5 pack. It is the 29th of April. We've done day baseball and we've done NBA. So let's talk about some night baseball. Never hesitate to click that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the station if you're new to it. Click the bell for notifications and all that jazz that your regular YouTube people say. We're going to run through our favorite plays on the day, or at least some of the stacks and guys we want to be checking out. Last chance, guys. The Drafters NFL Best Ball Contest, $5.5, $30,000 in prizes. It wraps up in just a few hours. There's still a huge overlay, tons of spots available. This is going to be a moneymaker. Get on there right now. This is one of the best kept secrets in the DFS world. We have fun with them every day. If you want to use our promo code, it's DFS 5-pack. Appreciate it. But even if you don't, just go give these guys some attention because they deserve it.
Amen to all that.
All right, guys. Weekly, monthly memberships available through the website. Subscribe to the station if you're new to it. So let's talk about pitching today. And SP2 is crazy bad today. But as far as SP1 goes, I'm sorry. As much as I loved DeGrom on Friday night, and I thought it was an easy play, and we talked about Burns the other day, and I loved him, and he wasn't very good. You're gonna have those throughout the year. I don't know if there's ever been a slate where it was harder to get away from the SP1 than this one. And it's not just how good Trevor Bauer is; it's that my Brewers also strike out a ton. But the SP2s are not great. So your opportunity cost of not using Trevor Bauer today is insane to me. I don't think it's unreasonable at all that Trevor Bauer's score is better than the next two SPs combined. I wouldn't bet on that, but I don't think at the end of the day, if Bauer goes for 30 and the next best two guys combined for 29, that anybody would be surprised by it. It looks like a slate. Play Bauer, take the 38,700 and just do the same thing that everybody else does and just move on with your day.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, like you said, it's the combination of factors, right? It's the fact that, not only is he so good, the Brewers strike out a lot, and the other options are just not good. So he just makes all the sense in the world. You just lock him in, and like you said, play with your 38-7, go about your business.
Yeah, he's going to be 95%-ish in cash games. And I mean, it's not impossible. He could be higher than that. And in GPPs, he's still probably going to be 75.
Agreed.
So moving on, let's talk about Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Atlanta Braves. He's a cash game lock for me. For this is one of those games that he's going to be real popular today. Not a ton of options on a slate like this, but he's going to be real popular. He looks like a guy with several walks and stuff like that lately that's due for a big breakout game. And we know that his breakout and upside is, it's not really rivaled by any, it's up there with the Trey Turners and the Mookie Betts when he's going strong because of the combination of power and speed. That he's a tough guy to fade on a slate like this. And GPPs, totally different story. You can always make a case for fading popular guys in GPPs, but in cash games, I want him on my side because this is a guy that meanders into 20 like nobody's business. He's really good at the game of baseball. He's showing buying signs. He's going to be popular. I want him in my cash game lineup. In GPPs, the fade can always get on board with it, but in cash games, lock him in.
Yeah, agreed. I'm with you on all your points. Yeah, in tournaments, you can always make the case for fading the hitters, but a chalky Acuna, you just plug him in your cash games because his upside is as high as anyone in the game.
He might be the highest upside guy because he's so aggressive on the base pass, and his power is, he's right up there with Trout and whoever else you want to name as far as the elite power hitters.
For sure.
All right, next up, you want to talk about Mr. Redbeard himself, Justin Turner. Another guy, rumors have it, Dodgers, they ain't too bad at baseball. Got going a little bit yesterday. And I know my Brewers pitching staff pretty well. They have one of the best 1-2 combos in the game. They have a great bullpen. And Eric Lauer, he is none of those things. So this is a good spot for the Dodgers.
Eric Lauer is not part of that. I'm with you.
It's not.
Turner, started off the season red hot, kind of had cooled down a bit, but big game yesterday, started the end of the Cincinnati series, matched up with a mediocre lefty. One of the top bats on the slate. I'm not sure how much love he's going to get, but I don't think it'll be enough either way. Dodgers in a good spot, ballpark upgrade. Like you mentioned, got going yesterday. People don't even really realize it because it wasn't on a slate. Man, I like him a lot here. I like the Dodgers. But even if you don't stack the Dodgers, Turner looks like one of the premier one-offs on the entire slate.
Ballpark upgrade. Turner's a Brewer killer. He's got a sweet red beard. Get him in your lineup.
For sure.
Let's move over to the other side of that Cubs-Atlanta game, which to me is a great game for offense. Complement with some Dodgers ready to roll. You got two things going right here. You got kind of a combination game between Bryce Wilson and Josh Tomlin. Well, I can get you on two sides right here. Josh Tomlin is a dumpster fire of a pitcher, an absolute gas can. I know that's what you think. And then there's Bryce Wilson, who Anthony Rizzo's his daddy. I know it's limited at bats, but he basically homers every time he sees him. Cub staff, worth a little bit of a look today. But my favorite piece of the Cubs today is going to be Anthony Rizzo at 4K. He is way too cheap.
Yeah, I mentioned him yesterday. I mean, he was like 3,900, just way too cheap. He let off yesterday. Regardless, he's going to be hitting like 1 through 3 somewhere in there. What's not to like? He's much more of a 5K player than a 4K player. At some point, he'll get going. It's just a steal. I mean, I like him a lot here.
Last up, Charlie Blackman. So early day projections have Luke Weaver as the chalk SP2. On a small slate like this, I'm interested in the Rockies stack. Now, I pick on the Rockies all the time with starting pitchers because they're not very good. But on a slate like this, the Rockies will be really low owned. And if Luke Weaver's chalk, I have some interest in the contrarian stack right here in GPPs because you only have to beat 6 other teams on the slate, right? Because we don't even include the Brewers in this because they're not going to have any buyers and the odds of them going off against Trevor Bauer are so low. So like you really just need to beat 6 other stacks, which, you know, the Rockies aren't good, but that's an easier way to do. And Charlie Blackman, yeah, he's not what he was 5 years ago, but he's showing buying signs of getting going.
Yeah, it's not like there's any really like crush spots either. And you're also like, let's say you do stack the Rockies. You'll also be using another offense with them. So, you know, it's not like you'll only be using Colorado. So I'm with it, man. I like the Rockies here. Blackman looks good right now. You know, relatively speaking, I guess the best way to put it. Buying signs recently, you know, 3 hits in his past couple games, I believe. Very, very affordable. And you mentioned this on the members only video. Like we've seen this. We've read this book before. There have been multiple times in the past few years we've thought he's been done, and he's come back to have like decently hot stretches. I don't think he's like back or going to be back all the way to what we saw a few years ago, but at 3,500, he's got real upside.
You know, he won't be the MVP candidate he was a couple years ago again, but that doesn't mean he won't have runs of looking good. 2 weeks ago, everybody thought Madison Bumgarner was dusted, and the guy just threw a no-hitter.
Amen.
So, all right, y'all. That's today. Click the thumbs up button, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, see you guys tomorrow.